All right, so Alex, Didi, and I have the geography of Greece, and we are going to be talking about the different landforms and everything that affects Greece because of their geography.
So we would start off by asking the students some prior knowledge questions. So those would be, what foods did people in ancient Greece eat? Um, where was ancient Greece recently located? What animals did ancient Greece have for resources? Questions like that. But we would use an interactive website called Slido. Is that how you say it, Caden?
Something like that.
Yeah, Slido. Not for sure about that, but basically what it is, it's a um easy to use Q&A and polling platform. So basically what I would do, and you can even incorporate it on Google Slides here, is you would type in those questions, and then you could either do some open-ended questions, or you could have the students pick and choose which ones they thought. And basically what they would do is we would open it so it'd be live for them. They would use their phones to scan a QR code and then basically just answer the questions. So it's a good like icebreaker game too, because you can be anonymous. So maybe students know the answer, but they don't want to say it in front of a bunch of people. That's fine. It's anonymous. So we'd be using that as our kind of prior knowledge interactive activity.
So some basic geographical terms that are important with learning geography is latitude, which is your horizontal lines. It's kind of going your left to right. You have longitude as well, which is your up and down or your vertical. Your equator, it's the line right cut in the middle of the latitude set at 0 degrees. It's equally distant from both the North Pole and the South Pole. And then along with that is the prime meridian, which splits in the opposite direction of longitude. And it's also at a 0 degrees longitude. So it's that very middle piece. But Greece's location on the globe is 31 degrees north and 22 degrees east. And then topography related with geography is the physical layout of an area. So that's your mountains, your rivers, your cliffs, anything that makes a area an area. And then the geography of ancient Greece. Ancient Greece is what is today southeastern Europe and present day Turkey, not all of Turkey, but parts of it. It's surrounded by the Mediterranean Sea, the Sea of Crete, and the Aegean Sea. And these are very important for Greece because Greece is set along a long range of mountains. So they don't have very good soil to be able to farm. It's all rocky. So using all of these seas and Gulf, like the Gulf of Corinth as well, they don't really farm. So what they do instead is they fish for food. They trade a lot so that their, I guess, economy can build. And then their sailors as well, which they actually had one of the strongest navies back then. No one ever really competed with them. Some of the things that they grew because of the bad soil was like barley, wheat, olives. They had grapevines. And then it was very common for almost every family to have a goat so that they could use that for both dairy and protein. But just really quick on some of the ships, they were very massive, very massive. And they were called triremes, and they were warships that they used to transport goods and to fight people.
So we have ancient Greek structures like Parthenon. It's a former temple dedicated to the goddess of Athena. They have Olympia, the Greek sanctuary dedicated to worship Zeus. You know, with like the Olympics and everything, like where they held everything. And the Valley of Temples, it brings together the temple of gods and goddesses. And there's some interactive links that we put with all of them, like the Parthenon. I think that's how you say that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the Parthenon. Parthenon. Wow, that's crazy. That's that structure in Greece, and the importance of it. Basically, it was just there to worship the goddess of Athena. That's what they built it for. It's a very important structure that they have. And the Valley of the Temples. Sort of looks similar to the other tower that worships Athena, but they both have very different meanings to them. And
So like I'll just add on to this. You just going back quick.
Yep.
Okay. So Didi explained that. So like we have a map. So this would be something that we could point out to our students and kind of show them where were these ancient structures, famous places, where are they at located around Greece, things like that. Also Olympia, we didn't click on the link because it's a 5-minute YouTube video. The reason we incorporated the links in the YouTube videos is for our differentiation, our modifications, things like that. So if we have a visual learner, incorporating links, pictures, that way the student, if they're more interested, click on the link, get a little bit more information. A verbal learner, so like Caden did when he introduced the terms, that would be beneficial to them, as well as a YouTube video. So just some different ways students can learn, gather the information, things like that.
so then on the next slide, we have a geography map that will, be our interactive activity, something that we will pass out to the whole class. And it's just a geography map, but you can make it, it's a topography map where, they color coded and, draw waves or rocks, whatever they want to draw. Basically, just getting them to be able to identify, different parts of Greece and where those structures were, like Alex was saying, and kind of have fun with it and interact with it. Like, it's really good for, those hands-on and visual learners to, know where it is and like learning and commit it to memory.
Okay, so our assessment for the end of this, checking for understanding, we would use Slido again. It's very free in what kind of questions you ask, the way you ask them, things like that. There's even a quiz feature on Slido. So we would probably do it through there. But we just wrote some questions down that we thought were important that we would ask. So what temple was dedicated to the goddess Athena? What bodies of water were near ancient Greece? And what is the difference between longitude and latitude? And then if you go to the next slide, those are our answers. Just a good way if students want right now, reviewing for our quiz, just to go through some questions and then they have their answers on the next slide to test themselves. So
one thing that I also forgot about was this. There's games as well that students can work on to actually learn longitude and latitude. I'm not going to play that anymore. That's loud. But it's the basics of them basically just understanding how longitude and latitude is measured on a global scale.